Hey, what's up, turtles? Krik here with Black Owl Outdoors, and today I'm going to be doing a video, sort of an overview video of this pack, which is the Ibex 30 from Vanquest. Alex from Vanquest contacted us, asked if we'd be interested in trying out this new pack from them. We said sure, send it over. It's not available yet for purchase, it's available for pre-order, and priced on that pre-order I believe is $184.99. So actually now let's get into the specs and details of the bag. The bag is made out of really heavy 1000D Cordura nylon. Seeing the same quality I've seen on Vanquest stuff before, double stitching, all that, up to par, what I've seen with them. But getting into the details of the pack, the sides, each side's the same. You have 3 rows of webbing on this side, 2 compression straps. Have an elongated zipper right here, which is actually a side pocket that runs the whole side of the bag. Covered zipper track on this. And what I have in this right now is a saw and an old Gerber sheath. This is a Baco in there. Don't have its leather sheath today. And a camp stool. You've seen this in videos, still testing this out. And this is just in here for size comparison. This is probably right around 12, 13 inches in length. And then you have this sort of contrasting color. Well, in this bag, it's not so contrasting, it's coyote tan. But Vanquest actually sent us a different bag, one that wasn't the production model, that was in like the gray or wolf gray, I believe, and it still had the same color, brown or tan in there, so it is contrasting, but the main compartment's padded. But nonetheless, these are the side pockets, and they are actually designed to hold hydration bladders. And you probably can't see it because my hand's digging right up in here. There's a little bit of nylon on there. You probably can't see it. It's really buried in there, but that's just to be able to suspend the bladder in there. And then also there's a little exit hole inside of this pocket so you can thread your hose through here and come out the back. Actually right here there's a little hole inside in through the main compartment, out through here, and that's just the same on the other side. The front of the bag, you have this row of webbing here, and it's sort of daisy chained. This shock cord, elasticized cord, and I just have a rain shell on there just for demonstrative purposes, so you can store something on the outside of the bag if you desire. You could take this off, put paracord if you want to store some paracord on the outside of the bag. Just customizable is just the theme of these sort of tactical style bags. It's just highly customizable to your specific needs. And underneath here, you can't really see it because my jacket's there, but it's really big spot for patches, anything like that. Moving to the other side of the bag, same thing. 2 compression straps. This is a paracord zipper pull, covered zipper track, which I like seeing. And inside here I have a 40-ounce clean canteen. This isn't a super designated or committed pocket for water bottles because it's sort of thin, that when you put this in here, it's definitely competing for space with the inside of the bag, but it still works. And again, there's a little piece of nylon hanging up here, my fingers pressing up here to hang your hydration bladder inside here. Moving on to the back of the pack. 3 handles. 2 right here I'm grabbing, which is just convenient to pick up the pack, move it around. 1 up here, which is where you see it on a lot of packs, regardless of tactical or non-tactical. 2 here, like I said. You have this padded sort of back. There's no internal frame inside here. But when the pack's empty, it definitely has form to it. It sits upright on its own. And I'll touch more about pros and cons and how I feel about internal versus non-internal frames, or actually no frames at all in the packs. But nonetheless, you have this padding. It's generous. Definitely comfortable to offer some, I guess, just some padding between whatever's inside the bag and your back when you're wearing it. Shoulder straps are definitely, not definitely, they are contoured to go around your shoulder, just be a little bit more comfortable to help spread the weight as it's going over your shoulders, coming down under your armpits. Up here at the top of the shoulder straps, load lifters. Definitely not the smoothest action when you have this on and you're trying to adjust this. but nonetheless they're present. And here again, like I said about the quality I expect to see from Vanquest, boxed and xed, excuse me. Moving down the shoulder straps, you have 2 pieces of nylon coming around the strap itself, and this will be really nice for threading the tube of your bladder, your hydration bladder, coming down here to keep it from moving around too much when you're moving. You have a sternum strap, adjustable. You can take it off, move it up or down depending on your chest, body size, shape, all that. Here's a sternum strap. There's a whistle in here. You could actually remove this and just use it as a whistle if you wanted to, if you weren't going to be using this at all. Some people don't prefer sternum straps. And down at the hip belt, since we're down here, this is able to move up and down a little bit. Inside here, it's hook and loop. I'm not going to take it off, but you can actually take this off and you'll hear it. You know, very strong positive hook and loop in there, which allows you to either move this hip belt up a little bit inside of this almost lumbar pad. You have to move it up a little bit depending on your torso length. It's nice. And there's no real support or structure to these hip belts, as you can see, so it's really not designed to carry weight. But then on each hip belt you have a little bit of webbing right here. And then you have this signature of Vanquest, this 2-action release buckle. Does this, you know, it stays locked. You have to press this one down. Seen on all their bags. Very generous amount of nylon coming through this, but you'll see that once I get it on. Same on this side, other side of the hip belt. Moving to the top of the bag, you have some more bungee cord up here with a cord lock for easy cinching, kind of standard. And there's actually a little pocket up here. In there I just have my small organizer that I carry. I'll show you what's in here. So I move bag to bag, a flashlight, multi-tool, chapstick, sharpening stone. And there's probably some cordage, some band-aids. There's probably some cordage pop around underneath here. I'm missing a lighter in there. I have a lighter in here I always keep, and kerchief in this pocket. And this is a decently sized pocket. My hand is here, and the tip of it goes down here, the bottom of the pocket. But you just want to be conscious, because it goes down so far, you don't want to put something this long in here that's rigid, because this pack needs to sort of curve. There's a curve right here, and it needs to do that. It needs to be able to come up here and curve. So if I have something potentially inside here that's long and rigid, it might not be as, well, it's just not going to sit that nice. It might not be able to close it without stressing it. But nonetheless, pocket on the top. And I believe that's the outside of the bag. Let me get this all buttoned back up, and we'll go talk about the main compartment. There's a few different ways you can sort of configure the zippers to where they're going to rest, of how you want to use this bag, because it, as you'll see, it opens completely, fillets or clamshells open. But with these compression straps where they are, I can open this up and sort of just keep it as a top load bag. The zipper tracks get caught, or the zipper gets caught on the compression strap without opening down anymore. And if I really just want to use this as the top load bag, I can just jam it in there. Or if I don't want to do that, I can do this another way, so I'll show you. But I want to touch on these zipper tracks since I'm here, or the zipper pulls, excuse me. It's kind of cool what they did with this. And but honestly, I would have liked them to be oriented, just rotate them about 90 degrees, because when you're pulling, sometimes it's just the action. I'd rather have, like I said, rotated this way as opposed to this way, because I feel like when I do this, I have to grab the whole thing to make it really smooth action, as opposed to if it was this way, it would sort of just naturally work with the force of opening along the track. Small, nitpicky, but definitely not as user-friendly as it could be, in my opinion. But nonetheless, let's get these zippers to the other side, and I'll show you another way. So you put them down here, get this compression strap nice and tight. And say you just wanted to be able to get into it from the side like this, you could. I mean, I could even undo this bottom compression strap up a little bit more and I can get into it from the side like this. And then finally, I want to do these compression straps. So the really cool feature of this design, borrowed, is if I undo the whole thing, and now I can open this up completely. Really cool. Now, I don't have this completely full or customized as it can be, but we'll start over here. There's another decently sized pocket right here. On the other side of the front, top of the pack right here. This is right underneath right there. Then you have this big sort of panel meant for hook and loop. And since we're over here, I'll show you. These little grab things do not come with the pack, but this is what this, hook and loop system is designed for. Customize all your little pouches if you want. Grab it if you need to. Really, really able to customize the inside of this pack and the outside, but the inside specifically with this opening up like this. And then that's the front sort of panel, if you will. Inside I just have a tarp, hammock, and straps. There's a cook pot, some cooking stuff inside this bag, a light small first aid kit, rattling around some clothespins in there. I still need to address that. And water filter and a bag I made out of some scraps. This is the Sawyer Mini inside here, water filter. And you can see these other panels. I kept this one in here. I don't really have too many sort of tactical style pouches in that degree because it's not sort of my style in the forest. So I don't have too much to show you, but you can imagine I have the other one. So this is just going to put here, put on this side. So there's 1, 2, 3, and then 4 of these panels that you can customize. You can buy these. I'm not sure how much these cost from Vanquest. And then there are some webbing here so you can daisy chain if you desire, someplace to hang right here. And since we're inside here, this is where the tube will come through from the side pockets. There's one on each side. The tube would come through here of your hydration bladder and it'll exit through here, the center of your shoulders. There's the other one on this side. And that's basically the ins and outs of this bag as it sits. So now I want to get it on and just talk a little bit more about the pack in general. Got a decent amount of extra nylon coming off of this hip belt. Not really an issue. I can definitely just Ranger band this up or figure out some way. I can either cut it if I want to, but let's talk about some of the pros and cons of the bag now. The fit. When I'm wearing these extra layers, maybe it's probably not noticeable to you. And like on most bags, I felt that maybe aren't the most comfortable in the warmer months when I'm wearing thin layers. They're not noticeable in the colder months of the year with extra layers on, but there's just something goofy about this fit when I was trying it on with just like a t-shirt on. There's just something goofy. I don't know if it's my torso, and it's sort of been a theme with other tactical bags I've tried on. They're just not that well designed for really comfortable fit as opposed to you've seen companies that are more hiking, backpacking, technical oriented. But that's just part of the industry now with what these tactical bags are, or how they're designed. Not really a con, but it's just something worth mentioning. But some of the pros I like about this bag and Vanquest in general is the really solid construction, double stitched, everything, boxed and X'd and stress points. You have really nice colorways, muted colors. I'm really big into muted colors if you can't tell how I'm dressed. I like to look like the Forest. I don't like really flashy things. The design of this bag being the fillets open, the panels on the inside, you know, there's sort of tearaway quick access, I guess, if you will. The side pocket, there's features, being able to carry 2 hydration bladders. All those are pluses in my mind. Some of the negatives are, like I said, the fit, first of all. I'm very critical about a bag's fit because to me that's a very important feature, which is one reason why I don't really gravitate towards these tactical bags, because of their fit and their sort of weight carrying suspension systems that on, so I look for internal frame packs. Even at this size, 30 liters, I would still like to see a little bit nicer suspension system. Now it might increase the price, but I think it can be done for a reasonable price. Another con is basically originality. If you're aware of Arc'teryx, which is a sort of a technical, high-end, hiking, backpacking sort of technical company, they have a leaf design, or a leaf sort of sect, that they sort of make in military and tactical bags. And this is basically the same design as their Khard bag, which I believe is a 30 to 45 liter. Very, very similar. You know, I don't know where the design came from, who had it first, but nonetheless, the Khard was out. I saw that first, liked the design, and then this came out. So that's, to me, that's sort of a con. Besides that, the fit and, you know, being designed after a very similar pack from another company, that's basically all I can see the cons with this bag. So if you have any questions about anything I went over or didn't go over, leave a comment. Let me know what you think about this bag, things you like, things you don't like. This is Krik signing out with Black Outdoors. Later, turtles.